Hello there, I'm Amanda Smith from Amanda Smith Holistics, and today I'm going to talk you through my routine for my skin when it's in perimenopause. So often the skin can be dehydrated. I'm starting to see the bags under my eyes, which is where sometimes I'm just not sleeping very well. There's a little element of self-sabotage where I know I need to drink more water, but I'm reaching for a comforting cup of tea because my hormones just make me want to be cozy. So to try, yes, and put that underneath and through with good nutrition, good hydration, we can also add to it by using good products on our skin. Now, my daily routine isn't spending lots of time. I'm going to do it longer today because I'm going to talk about it, but it's to cleanse, tone and moisturise. We've got some lovely sunshine at the moment, and so we've got a SPF included in our day cream, which is good to protect us. So we're going to start off with our cleanser, and I use washable cotton. I was going through so much cotton wool as a therapist, and it just felt wrong to the environment and to the profit margins. So I invested in some washable, and sometimes if people have mascara on, it does stain a little bit, which is frustrating. So I'm going to put a dot on the cotton wool of my cleanser, and then I'm just going to dot it onto the face, neck. I divide the face up into areas or zones. One of the zones being the forehead, another zone being the cheek, another zone being the chin, the jawline, and then the neck area. And I'm going to start from the neck area, and I'm just going to circle nice and slowly. We want it to feel as relaxing as possible. We want to get the job done because we're normally trying to juggle a million things all at once. But equally, just to try and spend a few minutes giving ourselves a little bit of love and attention makes us more compassionate, more energised, and feeling a little more loved. So I'm working right round, this is called the sternocleidomastoid muscle, and I'm going to work right onto that because it's just down here that the vagus nerve comes through, and we've got the lymphatic system. So we're just stimulating lots of other things in our body as well as cleansing our neck. And again, we like to know that we're doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs at the same time as doing the one. So now I'm going to swap hands and come onto this side, and again sweep right the way round to capture that edge there. Nice and slow. And again, because of us talking about the perimenopause and our journey with that can be associated with anxiety, feeling a bit stressed, feeling not quite ourselves. So at this point, give yourself a nice deep breath in. What we need to do, what I need to do, what I'm struggling with the most is the solar plexus, feeling the anxiety. And so when we take a nice deep breath, we really stretch the diaphragm, which gets onto that area and sort of gives it a good rinse and relax. So nice deep breaths to really help soften, reduce, restore and rebalance. So I'm now circling on my chin. I'm going to circle one way and then I'm going to circle the other way. And then I'm going to come up a little bit and go around my lips. For me, I'm quite conscious of little fine lines around my lips starting to be produced. So I'm going to circle on those. The cleansing lotion that I use is really nourishing. So we're already starting that process. Although we're cleaning the skin, we're just driving in some good ingredients. And this cotton wool pad, there's a pack of 12 maybe, and 3 or 4 of them have got this green edge and they're slightly rougher, and the other ones are softer. And so this rougher one does something called desquamation, which is really gently exfoliating the surface of the skin, just that very top layer that's about to come off anyway. We're just encouraging it to do its thing. And so we're going on the cheeks now, nice upward circles, nice and slow, and I'm working from the outer edge of the ear all the way to the nose. And again, really hook inside that inner area here. And then onto the nose. When I do facials on clients in the salon, I often see this area gets left, and because it's prone to being blackheady, it can feel really bumpy, and then foundations or makeup primers just sit over that, and it doesn't do it any good, and it looks quite bad. So really make the effort around that nose area. With blackheads, often you can find just by doing, I'm not into squeezing blackheads. I think you can cause more damage, breaking veins and things, but by just keeping them nice and clean, they don't look as obvious, and slowly the skin will do what it needs to do and reduce them. And now we're going to go on to the forehead, our last section, circling from one side over and then circle to the other side back. Now, this section of the forehead is when you do yoga poses, there's a pose called child's pose, and you lay on this part here, and it's really restorative. So we're just going to spend some time circling onto that top section, because it's where all the parasympathetic nerve endings are in facial reflexology. So by circling here again, it's like we're working on that solar plexus point, just slowing ourselves down, giving ourselves some love in amongst giving ourselves a really beautiful cleanse. And then where I didn't remove my makeup properly last night, I can see I've got a little bit of mascara hanging around. So I'm just going to work around and over my eyes, and I'm going to put the pressure just sliding outwards so that we get a bit of lymphatic drainage, smoothing outwards. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Oh, it feels nice. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. So that's our cleanse done, and already my skin feels softer but plumper, hydrated. So I'm just going to turn that cotton pad over, and we're going to use the toner now. I'm just going to put a few dots on. We're going to repeat that process, but I'm actually going to start at the forehead and work my way down. So your toner needs to not have any alcohol in it at all. Picture when you've had too much alcohol to drink, how dry your tongue feels in the morning. When you put alcohol on your skin, that's the equivalent of what you're doing to your skin. So make sure there is no alcohol in your ingredient listing. If it smells a bit sharp, it's probably got toner in it. So just be mindful. And if it stings your eyes, it's probably got toner in it. So stop using it. We want a nice toner. Now the toner, I use a product range called New Skin, and I can set you up with some products. Give me a message if that's something that interests you. And I use the pH balancing toner. What happens with the skin? We've got the pH scale of the skin of everything that's measured in acid and alkali. Now water is 7, is neutral, but when we use water on the skin, because our skin is 4.5 to 5.5, it's slightly on the acids side, and so water being 7 pulls our skin towards being a little bit drier. So to cleanse and tone, without using any water is actually the best practice for us because it won't dry our skin out. To have a pH balancing toner like New Skin has, again, is just reinforcing that 4.5 to 5.5 level in our skin without creating any dryness. That's the most powerful lesson that I can give you. A toner I'm addicted to. Before I'll try a new product range, I will try the toner first to make sure that it feels punchy. I don't like a fluffy toner because I might as well not bother using anything. Might as well just use water, and we've just discussed how water's not really that good for us. So I like it to be alcohol free but punchy enough to feel like it's doing something, but really helping reinforce that acid mantle, which is that slightly acidic layer of the skin, which then stops moisture loss from leaving and stops bacteria from going in. So it creates this door that keeps what's meant to be in and stops things that are outside from getting through. So once we've done our tone, skin's feeling lovely, we're now going to add our moisturiser. So the moisturiser, depending on the product you're using, I blob on my skin, and we're going to do the same again. I'm just going to rub it between both fingers, but only the fingertips, not the full hand, because I don't want to lose it all into my hands. And we're just going to dot onto the skin so that I've got a really nice amount all the way through, so I don't just put it all on the forehead and then run out by the time I get to the neck area. And again, feeling kind to ourselves, giving it a nice massage, and just make sure we cover as much of the area as we can. And again, circling that nice parasympathetic, soothing point. And then that's me ready to go. Enjoy your day, and I will talk to you very, very soon.